Can't sit with us, never. Listen. Let me start this statement off by saying welcome to the show. Here to put you up on topics that you really need to know. Live and center from the Ville, I introduce the coolest host. Ambitious Q, the DJ, got you ready, good to go.
Yo, what's happening? Welcome back to a brand new episode of You Can't Sit With Us Radio, featuring myself, as always, Ambitious, aka the kid that never sold dope, and the one and only, the smooth Q, the DJ. Man, what's going on?
What's going on, bro? We reaching out live from fatherhood, man. Live from fatherhood.
That's everything.
Couldn't make it in person, man, but we here in spirit
right.
through the phone line.
Right.
Gotta take care of them kids, man.
Hey, first priority.
Well, how you doing though, man?
Man, we good, bro. We good, man. We got a wedding to go to a little later on today, and for me, you know, being the DJ, it feels weird to go to a wedding and not have to work it.
Right.
You know, like just going there is just a guest. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, I think it's gonna be a super fun time, man. So I'm excited.
That's good.
How you feeling, bro?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Life is good. It's all right. You know, it's pretty good.
Another day, another dollar,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. Hanging in there. But man, so did you see in Florida where that dude he got bitten by an alligator because he thought it was a dog?
Hmm?
Yeah, so he he thought the alligator was a dog, man. And
How do you confuse an alligator with a dog?
I have no idea.
That shit, two different sizes.
Right. I have no idea. It said
if I see a dog that looks like an alligator, I'll probably stay away from it.
Something wrong, man. Sounds like something from Stranger
Right.
Things.
It's Florida though, so you know how that go. But the alligator pulled like his leg off or something, the muscle out all that. So yeah, I don't know what he was thinking.
Man, because that remind me of that you been seeing that video floating around of that gorilla that was in a cage or ape or whatever and grabbed dude. I was like, man, I would have came up out that shirt so quick.
I don't know that's what I was thinking. Why you didn't just come out the shirt?
I'm like, I don't know why you was even letting them grab you that long. I would have been out of there.
That's why I didn't understand that. But yeah, man, as always, you know, we keep the most amazing, talented, dopest, spectacular guests on the show. And today is like no other. We got an artist, entrepreneur, songwriter, T. Walls on the show with us today, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm happy to be here. Appreciate you guys for having me on, man. Today's a good day.
That's dope, man. So you eat some breakfast this morning and thing?
Man, I think I had a damn cereal bar this morning. And that's about it. That's about it, man. I need to start eating more in the mornings, but I can't always force myself to do it.
Breakfast usually the meal that everybody skips.
Yeah, I try not to though, man, because I try to go to the gym, a few times a week. So I mean, I need to get that in the morning, because if I don't, when I go to the gym, I'm dreading it.
Yeah,
I'm dreading it.
What kind of bar was it? What flavor?
Oh, I think it was a Frosted Flakes cereal bar.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like this is one of the OG cereals, man. That's just me though. I feel like that's pretty standard.
Smooth, man. Well, we appreciate you for pulling up, bro. Just go ahead and I would say, get more into depth and just let the people know who you are and what you do.
All right, man. Well, like you guys said, man, I go by T. Walls, man. I'm originally from Memphis. I moved out here to the Nashville area, I don't know, about 10 years ago. Came out here to go to school. Graduated from MTSU a few years ago. And throughout that whole time, man, I've been dealing with music since I don't know, man, since I was maybe 13, 14, kind of just been on and off, going through life, making all these different changes through life. But it's like ever since, I've gotten out of college, gotten out of that mindset, I'm really, all in it right now, where I'm really trying to make a push to see, what type of change I can make, what type of impact I can make with the music that I put out for people. Because, I mean, I speak from the heart when I do a lot of stuff that I write. And, I really just want to be able to tell my story. I know, a lot of people say they want to tell their story too, but I don't know. I feel like I can just do it in a different and unique way. I don't want to sound like, every artist that you kind of hear these days. So, trying to bring that old school rap back, in my opinion.
I hear you. What did you So you said you went to school. What did you go to school for?
Computer information systems.
Okay.
So I can do a little bit of code and work.
CIS.
Yes, there you go, CIS. Yep. So I mean, I can do code and I work in data analytics right now. So.
Okay.
And I do have a a pretty 9-to-5 job. I mean, I'm working remote, so I mean I can work from the house, but I'm based downtown, so
Word.
I have to drive out here every once in a while, but it ain't too bad. Can't complain about the money, so.
Complain at all. Can't complain at all.
But yeah, man. I mean, I love doing that stuff, man. And I've always told myself, I know music is like where my true passion at, but I've always tried to have a backup plan just in case shit hits the fan. So, I mean, I do have that backup plan, and that's my, that's what I enjoy doing now. But where my mind is at is that pen and paper, man. I write. I'm always writing. That's where my mind's at. So.
Do you think it's important to have that backup plan?
Oh yeah, always, man. Like that's one thing, that's one thing my mom always tried to preach to me. And then, growing up in Memphis, man, I got so many family members that didn't have that backup plan. So, I kind of watched them, as I was growing up, and I made sure to always have a backup plan. Sometimes I try to have a backup plan for the backup plan. And I mean, that's just me though, man. I like to think, proactive and not reactive. So I'm always trying to be one step ahead, always.
So what made you move to Memphis?
Oh, so I'm from Memphis.
Okay. I mean, not Memphis, but Nashville.
Oh, yeah,
my bad.
School. So originally I was going to go to the University of Memphis, but at the time I was with somebody in high school, and she brought up the idea of MTSU. So at that point, I'm like, what the hell is MTSU? Never heard of it, never seen the school, never knew nothing about it. So, I mean, I came out here, kind of liked the campus, saw it was a different vibe, and I don't know, man. I've always told myself, I love the city of Memphis, but it's too crazy out there for me to want to raise a family there. Mm-hmm. So
you still got family there?
Oh yeah, all my family there.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm mostly out here just me and my people that I've met since I've been out here. I mean, I think I got one cousin that's out here, but I'm not too close with him. But I mean, I chop it up with him every once in a while.
How you feel about the growth of Nashville?
The growth of Nashville is crazy, and that. I'm glad you asked me that. So I've been looking into trying to buy a house out here recently. And yeah, that's the reaction that I got right now, because it's like, if I would have done it 2 years ago, I would have been straight. But it's like now, I'm looking at them prices like, man, y'all sure this ain't the next LA in the making? Cause sheesh.
Yeah, cause I have been talking to Q. We trying to get a real estate agent on the show so we can talk about that, man. So
that stuff crazy, man. Yeah. Like it's so crazy to watch how the growth has just been going, and it's not slowing down.
Definitely not.
Do you think Memphis has some of those same aspects?
I mean, I can see it a little bit out there. I think the city still got a long ways to go, but I mean, I feel like they're trying to get there. I know I'll compare like the prices out here to out there, because in the back of my mind sometimes I've been thinking about moving to the outskirts of Memphis. I don't want to stay in the city. I grew up in the city. I'm good. Like, I know what's in the city. I want to probably venture out to the outskirts if I do it. But yeah, I mean, the prices out there compared to out here is just I can get like twice as much house out there for the same amount of money. So yeah, it's crazy.
And if If Ja Morant bring a title, man, it's gonna be a lot change.
And that's another thing. See, I'm a big Grizzly fan. Yeah, I'm a big Grizzly fan. So I mean, this past year, I thought this was it. I know a lot of people got their own opinions, but when I look at that Golden State Warriors series, I think we could have did that, man. We dropped 2 easy games, and
they so young though.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Yeah. So they made
it's a lot. It's really just the beginning for them, honestly.
Yeah, they made a lot of young mistakes, and I mean, I can own that. I like the potential that we got right now, though. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, they win a chip though. That city's gonna go crazy. Yeah. Maybe the city will calm down a little bit if they win a chip.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into it, man. So when did you what got you into doing music?
Man, so when I was younger, man, I used to always enjoy like writing poems and shit. Like, and when I say poems, I'm talking about like all kind of poems. Like, I'd be writing like love poems in like 3rd grade, dog. Like I was that dude. Well, I had an older cousin who was probably, I don't know, 5-6 years older than me, and he was into music, and he was into music so much where he was kind of just doing shows throughout the city, and I mean, he had a little buzz going for him out there in Memphis. Well, during all of that, I mean, I asked him one day, I'm like, man, let me get on the song, man. Let me see what I got. So I would ask him, and then a few months down the line, he finally let me do a song with him, and I heard it. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I can write this, and I'm like, I like the way it sound, and so it's like, man, I started there, first song I ever did, and then I started talking to my mom about, buying me all this recording stuff while I'm like, 13, 14, 15. So she started helping me out with it. She started buying all the different equipment for me. And I mean, I got so much stuff recorded. Like, I got shit that's still online from like 2009, 2010. Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. And I mean, who knows, what would happen, with the right, PR people to kind of like push it all. But that's kind of where it started, man. And then, I mean, throughout high school, I kind of kept it going. And then I finally got to college. I kind of took a break to like, get that backup plan that I talked about. And it's like now, since I got that backup plan, and I feel like that's pretty stable, now I'm really starting to really push it. So I've kind of been doing, shows here and there. I did a show here last week at the Cobra. And I mean, that was pretty good. So, I mean, I'm trying to, keep that going, keep making connections, and just see where it takes me. Because I never know. I mean, you never know what'll happen.
Where'd you get the name T Walls at?
So, T is short for my first name, which is Tevin.
Okay.
And then Walls is my last name. So back in like high school, I had a lot of people calling me that. So I just kind of just adapted to it at that point. And I mean, it's pretty clean. I mean, somebody asked me, where the name came from. I'm like, hey, it's me. Like, that's literally my name. So kind of just adapted to it though, man. But yeah, it wasn't something I thought of. I'll put it that way.
I know. You can go, Q.
No, my bad. How much of an effect do you think Memphis has on your music with you being from there?
Man, so I will say this, when it comes to like the gritty and like grimy stuff I talk about sometimes, that's all Memphis. Strictly just because, I mean, it was hard growing up in the city, seeing the stuff I saw, fighting through the battles I fought through, growing up there. So, I mean, it takes a big effect on me, but it's kind of like it also gives me, I feel like, the street knowledge that I need to kind of be on my own. So it's like, I move out here. I'm in Murfreesboro right now. It's a totally different environment out there. But, I mean, sometimes I still see myself, looking over my shoulder while I'm out there, in a pretty safer environment for the most part. So, I mean, a lot of times when I'm writing, man, I always think back on, that type of stuff. But I also know how to kind of like blend it well with, the things I've been around for like the last 10 years. Because I haven't really had to worry about anything since I've been here. Right. But it just gives me, a lot of perspectives on things, being from Memphis. Like, I'm always going to keep that side of me tucked away. And hopefully it stay tucked away.
When was the last time music healed a situation that you was going through?
That's a good question. So I put out a single on my birthday this year, which was February the 11th. And the single was called Rise Up. And the whole purpose behind that single was me recovering from an EP that I released back last year around like October, November. So the EP was called Ambivalent. With that EP, it pretty much just talked about, a lot of different pain that I've kind of went through, since I was growing up that I never talked about. So there's a lot of situations that I kind of shied away from, with talking about. And I finally just put it all in one like CD. And it's like the moment I did that, I felt like I lifted a weight off my shoulder. And then I wrote this single called Rise Up, which goes into, me rising to the occasion, me feeling like, my time is coming as long as I keep pushing. Like at some point I got to rise to that when my name is called.
All right. Hey, that's a great segue to get into the song, man.
Oh, yeah.
Great segue.
Right.
All right, man. So you said this song was just released this year?
Yep. So the song was released back in February. So it's been out a few months. I've performed it a few times, but yeah, man, the song literally just talks about my rise, man. I want to make a statement. So
okay,
that's the purpose behind it.
The music video out for it?
I do got a music video out for it too.
Make sure y'all check it out.
Yeah, so y'all check that out. T Walls Rise Up.
All right, yeah, we're gonna get to Rise Up. We'll be right back on You Can't Sit With Us Radio.
Yes, sir.
But in a lot of situations, when your name is called upon, you gotta rise to the occasion. Don't need a parachute. Words of the wise, so let's go pursue. Everything that's in the way, God put it here. We can't forget He got a better view. Mr. Drink up to clear my head. Ignore the signs of the living dead. I face my fears on the other side, deep in my mind. And my nigga, I ain't never scared. Now it's time to rise up, straight from the ground, a seed to a flower. I never give up, I've been grinding for hours. Every day that I live, got so much to be proud of. Future so bright, it's glistening. I study fundamentals and y'all just ain't disciplined. Y'all just ain't listening. We don't need to see another law-abiding citizen. I'ma reach immortality before I finish this. Now it's time to rise up, more and more, to make the hater sour. Elevated myself to the top of the tower. Money, 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 I want all the power. It's time to rise up. Now it's time to rise up, more and more, to make that hater sour. Elevated myself to the top of the tower. Money, 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 I want all the power. It's time to rise up. Along the way I let the puzzle unravel. I fire every bullet that I got in my satchel. Defend the throne when I get it, I'm the head of the castle. Stop talking shit to a king when you know that you fragile. Come on, let's feel the energy. Stare it down to the soul with intensity. They always close the door in my fucking face all the time, that's why I can't show no empathy. Change the game, but remain humble. Can't forget the days battling up in the jungle. Consistent grind, when I get it I never fumble. I need my wealth, I need that shit in several bundles. I win the battle any kind of position. First up, I ain't worried about another collision. High powers got a plan that includes the commission. A fucking warrior could battle any kind of conditions, nigga. Now it's time to rise up, more and more, to make that hater sour. Elevated myself to the top of the tower. Money, 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 I want all the power. It's time to rise up. Now it's time to rise up, more and more, to make that hater sour. Elevated myself to the top of the tower. Money, 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 I want all the power. It's time to rise up.
Yo, welcome back to You Can't Sit With Us Radio. Got T Walls on the show with us. All right, so do you have a best and worst song that you ever made?
A best and worst song, man.
In your opinion.
Sometimes when I listen to some of the stuff I wrote years ago, I think to myself, like, what the fuck was going through my mind when I wrote that? Like, I got a lot of stuff that I kind of look back and I just, I feel like I see myself growing in phases. So it's like, a few years ago, I go back and listen to something and I'm just like, that's just not it. But I have other people that still love it. So, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, shoot. I don't know what the hell my worst song would be. Let me think on that. Right. Best song, there's a few, man. So I think the best song that I've wrote that a lot of people have adapted to is a song called Late Night Vibes. So I wrote this song back in 2019 and it's been my top viewed song on YouTube and on Apple Music. I've tried to outdo this song and I cannot do it. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's just like the chill, like aspect the song gives people, like the chill feeling it gives people, because it's just a super chill song. But I mean, that song has been my top song, for a while, and I probably should embrace it a little bit more, but I mean, it was just something I was just feeling the day of and I just wrote it. But yeah, I mean, if you guys get a chance, man, listen to Late Night Vibes. Like it's a vibe for sure.
Okay. And I know you perform at some festivals in Pittsburgh and Houston.
Yep.
How was those experiences?
So man, the one in Pittsburgh, man, was a pretty different experience. I've never, been up there. So I mean, I went up there just for the Millvale Music Festival, I believe. I mean, it was a pretty decent experience. I mean, I gained a few new fans out there, and my goal is always to try to just spread myself, just throughout, wherever I can. So I mean, I sold a few shirts while I was up there, so I mean it was a pretty decent experience. And I mean, same for Houston, like everything that I've been I've tried to do. Most of the things I try to do it local. But if there's an opportunity, to expand it, beyond just where I'm at now, I always would take that opportunity. But yeah, man, I mean those were pretty different experiences. But I mean, I appreciated them. It's different too, just because I mean, I go out there and I don't have as many fans because a lot of people probably ain't even heard of my name out there.
Right.
But here, when I host a show, like I can at least have some of my actual people that I know. So, right. I mean, it's different, but I can appreciate the people that did become a fan after they heard me live in person.
Okay.
So how does your family feel, or how, I guess I'll say, how supportive is your family with your music?
I mean, I feel like most of my family's been pretty supportive. They've pretty much been on my side the entire way. Like, I think the biggest person that's kind of made an impact is probably my mom, just because she's helped me so much, with getting started and with really trying to make a push for this if it's something I want. But at the same time, she's always told me to, make sure you have that backup plan. So it's like, right. No matter what, that's always been, the one thing for me. It's like, yeah, I can do that. But, the chances, the way I look at it is, I'm a person where I look at things worst case scenario. I can look at myself all day and be like, yeah, I got the potential, I got the sound. But, if I don't have the team or, the scout, looking to help me really get in that direction without having the high amount of funds, how am I going to get there? So I always, approach it with the situation of, yeah, I love this and, this is really what I want and I'm going to do everything I can, but the rest is kind of out of my hands at that point. So, I keep that backup plan, man, but my family's pretty supportive. My mom has been pretty supportive. Everybody that's around me, are pretty supportive. And they say, they like, a lot of the stuff I put out. I don't always hold family accountable for that, though, because, they family. So, the way I try to work is I try to let somebody listen to something that don't know it's me and then get their true reaction, because, at that point, they don't know it's me. They don't tell me, truly how they feel about something. Right. But back to the question, man. My family's pretty supportive.
No problem. So that kind of brings me to my second question. So, when you're recording, and you're laying your music down, what's your ideal environment when you're doing it? Do you like a lot of people around you? You like to be just kind of, to yourself, or what's your ideal environment to make music in?
So it's normally just me. So I got a spot set up at my house where, the room's blocked off. I got a bunch of low setting lights in there. It's just me. It's it's my way to just decompress, and I feel like it's just me by myself. And I'm kind of just letting out how I feel, through vocals, through a beat, all that stuff. And that's my ideal way, is to do it by myself. So, just taking you guys through just my recording process, man. I'll sit there, write something to, an instrumental or beat. And the whole time I'm doing that, I'm always listening to it over and over and over to see how can I maximize, my potential with the song. And through that process, man, I got a team of people who take my raw stuff and they beef it up, to make it sound, studio ready, radio ready, all that good stuff. But, most of the time it's just me. Every once in a while, if I'm doing a feature with somebody, I have somebody there with me. But, a lot of times it's just me, man. Low setting, dark room, screen on, lights on, and I'm just ready to go.
I feel it.
How do you get over writer's block, if you ever have it?
Writer's block takes a while for me. I've had it a few times, but it's I don't know, man. I just have my moments. It's some moments where things just don't flow well. And recently what I've been doing is everything that I had a bunch of songs that I wrote probably about a month or two ago. I went back and listened to them a few weeks ago, and I was like, nah, these not it. I don't like my verses. I'm like, these not it. So what did I do? I went back and, rewrote a lot of those verses. The easiest way probably for me to get over writer's block, man, is, I don't know, man. I just keep listening. I feel like I hear a hard beat and it'll just pause me because I'm like, what the hell can I talk about here? But it's I just keep listening to it, keep listening to it. And then eventually, something just click. And then back, at first I'm not gonna lie, I used to smoke. That would open up all types of opportunities, for me. So, I ain't really been doing that recently, though. I've been, pretty chill, but I don't know, man. Writer's block is hard. It's hard to even, think about, because it can just happen out of nowhere, and then some days it's just gone. So, I don't know, man. I need me a coping mechanism for that, but most of the time, man, I just keep pushing until I'm over it.
Yeah.
Q, you got anything?
My last question was, so what are some of your goals that you have right now as far as your music, like even short term, long term, just things that you're really trying to, get to or accomplish, I'll say.
So I'll say short term, probably, just getting myself just more exposure. So, just meeting with people, talking to people, because I feel like connections are everything. Like,
yeah,
you connect with the right people, man, it can take you to so many different places that you never even thought of. Mm-hmm. So, even with stuff like this, man, like, I'm new to you guys are new to me, but this is a new connection for me. So, I try to take all that stuff, I don't take it, lightly. I try to, really push all my different connections I have with everybody. But, really just looking for more exposure, man. I got 2 other guys that are kind of like in this thing with me right now. Like we have a label called Wall to Wall Entertainment. Figures, I'm sure you can see where that came from, but we have a label called Wall to Wall Entertainment. It's another hip hop artist. His name Keith Mosley, and then it's an R&B artist named Y.C.S.W.U. Both of those guys are 2 great fucking artists. But I feel like us 3 right now are we're our own team, and the biggest thing is we're really just trying to get more exposure, keep doing music, and just see where it goes. I've even been talking to I think you guys know Gerard. He's been helping me a lot with like setting up interviews and reaching out to people that's local, really looking for different ways to get my name out there. So that's the biggest thing. Long term though, man, I love music so much I don't know if I ever could let it go. But one person who I like truly idol based on just like the way they started and kind of like where they are now is, if I could be in Jay-Z's role right now, I'll take it. Literally, I'll take it. Like, just the way he's done stuff from, doing, all the music he's done early in his career to now, being, at the head of the table. Like, that's kind of like the trend that I would like to see myself go in long term. I know that's not, something to speak on, just easily, but that's a long term goal for sure.
Yeah, shout out to Gerard though, cause he put us on to you.
Yeah. Gerard's my guy, man. He's been helping me a lot. He's probably helped set up maybe like 5 different interviews, including this one. So he's been helping me a lot. He's helped me, pretty much put on some of these shows that we've put on. Like we did the show at Cobra last week. Mm-hmm. We did a show at Cobra, I don't know, a few months ago. He got me booked at the East Room a few months ago. So he's been helping a lot. So shout out to him for sure.
Word. Yeah. All right, let's get into your second song. Talk about Burning.
So Burning, man, it's a new single. It's going to be releasing this Friday. What day is that? June 17th. It's more of like an R&B, type of vibe. And it pretty much just goes over, like, I feel like I let, somebody kind of get away. And, since I let them get away, I feel like I got to find a way to get them back. So the song pretty much just talks about, my heart is still burning for this person, and I can't, that fire just won't go nowhere. Like, I can't put it out. And I think people are really going to dig this single when they hear it. It's something different from me, but it speaks a lot of volume, and that's the type of message I'm trying to relay to people going forward and I want people to hear it.
All right. Word. So let's get into Burning, and we'll be right back on You Can't Sit With Us Radio.
All of my feelings, hey, my heart still burning for you. My heart still burning. My heart still burning for you. My heart still burning. I just let it burn. I just let it burn. Either way, I just let it burn. I don't wanna, but I let it burn. My heart still burning Waiting on you to bring it back, to fill a void I'm missing, baby, to be exact. Every time I hear your voice, it just give me the chills. And it's so hard to even swallow that pill. You can't help when Destiny calling, the phone rings, and I leave you such a sweet message of all things. Shit, cause I don't want another Valentine. I hate to make this feel so disinclined. Don't wanna think about crossing the line. Me and you really should just sip some wine. Leaving roses for you at your desk. Should I just send another text? Cause the fire just ain't done burning yet. But I don't wanna hear you make a threat. Feeling so stuck in my shoes. Don't really know what to do when burning for you. My heart still burning, burning. My heart still burning for you. My heart still burning, burning. I just let it burn. I just let it burn. Either way, I just let it burn. I don't wanna, but I let it burn. My heart still burning, burning for you. Burning for you. Burning, 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 burning for you. Burning for you. Burning, burning, burning.
Hey, what it do, what it do, what it do? Welcome back to You Can't Sit With Us Radio. So, T-Walls, it is time for random ass questions. These questions have absolutely nothing to do with what we talked about today. Are you ready?
Shit, I don't know. Let's do it.
All right, man. So, yeah, Q is not with us no more, but this is one of our favorite questions. So, first off, do you eat cereal?
Yeah, I feel like I see it. Yeah.
All right. So, are you a crunchy eater, or you like to wait a couple minutes, let it get soggy and eat it?
So, man, I think cereal needs to be ate like crunchy. I feel like when it's soggy, it's just, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. Like, I feel like you at least gotta put some milk on it, let it, and just it's like a combination for me.
Right. So, cause Q he like to wait a couple minutes, let it get a little soggy,
It feels weird at that point.
Yeah.
Like that's. I wish Q was here so we could talk about that. That's crazy.
He said like it hurt his gums when he chew.
Well, I mean, it also depends on the cereal too. Because if you eat shit like Captain Crunch, then you don't care about your gums.
Everybody say that,
your gums are gone by the time you finish with that.
But yeah, I ain't never really had that problem though, so I don't know, man.
How you like yours?
I mean, I like mine's crunchy.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know if y'all just be eating it like real fast.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like if it's soft, it's like noodles or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, how many days without a shower is okay?
All right, I'm gonna be real. That's tricky. That's tricky. Only because I'll say this. Let's say I wake up, today. I don't do absolutely shit at home.
Right.
I'm just sitting at home. If I ain't doing nothing, I may go, an extra day without taking one, just because I'm not doing shit. But if I'm being active, moving around, sweating, oh man, it ain't no such thing as waiting a day. Like, I gotta take a shower the first chance I get. But I can't. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, if I'm sitting at home, maybe not doing nothing, I try not to. But I mean, I ain't gonna let more than a day go by. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't gonna let more than a day go by. Gotta stay clean.
All right, you think it's possible to blow a balloon underwater?
I feel like that's something you ask somebody when they high. Oh shit. I'm trying to think about that logically. Like, is that possible? I don't know, man. How do you keep water from getting in the balloon if you're blowing it underwater? Now that I think about it, I don't know. I don't know.
they were saying it's like you gotta have like powerful ass lungs,
yeah.
or you gotta have like a machine.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No. I ain't gonna be able to do it. That's too much energy for me.
All right, would you rather have a goat or a bird as a roommate?
Probably a bird. A goat is too big for me. Like if it's a bird, it's pretty small. I ain't got to worry about it. Especially if it's like either or. A goat, I don't even know what to do with a damn goat. A bird, I can put it in the cage and just be like, hey, chill out, like But a bird for sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, cause I don't know, goats be chewing up everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Goat chewing up shit. A bird will just probably talk my damn head off. But I can deal with that. Shout out to my bird lovers. I know one for to be exact.
Okay, would you rather get lost in the jungle for 6 months or trapped underground?
Am I trapped underground for 6 months?
Yeah.
Gotta be jungle, man. Cause I mean, now that it gotta be jungle. Cause I mean, I don't know what's underground.
Yeah.
At least in the jungle, I can my lady watched Naked and Afraid, so I mean, I've seen at least a little bit from that. But it's like a jungle. Shit, I mean, not a jungle, but underground. I don't even know what's under there. Nah, I'm good, man. Yeah, it'd be a jungle. At least I could try to survive. Underground, I can't see shit. Yeah, that's it. Right. Yeah, that's it.
All right, let's see. Oh, if a smirk starts to choke, what color does it turn?
A Smurf?
Yeah.
Aren't they blue?
Yep.
I assume purple.
Okay.
Is they wrong?
Nah, I mean it's right.
Okay.
They already blue, so it's like.
Yeah, I'm like I assume purple after that. I don't know, maybe black after purple. I don't know.
All right, would you? Nah, you know what? In a zombie apocalypse, if a kiss could make those zombies humans again, would you do it?
In a zombie apocalypse, if a kiss could make them human, would I do it? I ain't gonna lie, she gotta be a fine zombie for that, dog. Cause I'm just thinking about it. I'm just like, she gotta be a fine zombie, and then she gotta help spread the love after that. Cause I don't know, man. I'm pretty. I don't know, man. I like my space too, man. I don't like people all up in my space. I don't know, man. I probably can help a little bit. I like to be the reason why we got over the apocalypse. How about that? I'll be the hero. only for the fine chicks though.
Okay, and let's see. Would you rather stick a whole stick of butter? Now, would you rather eat a whole stick of butter or a whole bottle of maple syrup?
I was gonna say the butter, but it needs to be melted. Maybe that'll make it a little bit easier for me.
Yeah.
Syrup is thick too, though, so sheesh. It's like, which one can I get down sooner? Damn, man. These some random ass questions.
Exactly.
I put syrup on all my shit, man. So I guess that, not all my shit, but like, pancakes, waffles, right. Like that type of shit. So probably the syrup, man. Because if it's a stick, I ain't trying to eat a stick of butter. Like, damn, that's hard. yeah, fuck it, syrup.
All right, last question is: do you think angels get high?
Do I think angels get high?
Yeah.
I mean, they already in the air and they're high, so I mean, It depends on, I guess, how you saying it. If you saying get high like elevation wise, then yeah, they already there. So, shit, I don't know, they might. I mean, weed ain't never hurt nobody, so I mean, they might. Maybe that's why they up there to begin with. Right.
All right, man. You got any questions you want to ask me?
Man, I don't really have too many questions, man. It's been a nice, it's been a nice vibe here, man. I can appreciate what you guys are doing. I appreciate you guys for even having me here, because it's hard out here. So
yeah, no problem at all, man. All right, of course, appreciate you being on the show. Shout out to social media. Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, man, y'all. So once again, man, I go by T Walls. You can follow me on Instagram at itsTWalls. That is spelled ITSTEEWALLS, no spaces. You can follow me on there. I'm on YouTube. I've recently been on TikTok, where like I've been doing like some verses by me. So I mean, I'm starting to try to probably wrap that up a little bit. But you can follow me on TikTok at T_Walls. I'm on Twitter. I don't really use it as much, but mainly Instagram. That's mainly where you can really keep up with a lot of my content. So you can also get on YouTube, search T Walls to listen to anything. I got several music videos out. gonna shoot a new video for the song Burning. You guys heard earlier, so stay on the lookout for that. But recently, last video was Rise Up. It's a pretty dope video, so feel free to listen to it. Check it out. Let me know what you think.
All right, cool. So, yeah, let's see. Before we go, let's see. August 28th, man. We told y'all we're doing our next live show. So, August 28th. I think 2 p.m. we're gonna do it. So, man, y'all keep listening to the show. Look for a flyer in the next couple months. Let's see. Keep streaming the theme song, Threshold Brace, featuring B. Jones and Diamond Sherry. Of course, it's called You Can't Sit With Us. Available on all platforms. Music video is on YouTube, so make sure you check that out. The remix go crazy as well, so check that out. And yeah, as always, follow me at Ambitious1K on Instagram and Twitter. That's the number 1 in the letter K. If you don't know how to spell ambitious, go ask Alexa, go ask Siri, go look it up in the dictionary. Do what you got to do. Threshold Brace, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You Can't Sit With Us Radio. Just Google us, man. You Can't Sit With Us Radio on all platforms. We'll show up. And of course, man, follow Q the DJ, man, at Q the DJ. And until next time, man, L Ambitious, I am out.